So you want to go to Divinity School. Well, if that's you, you're in the right space today because I want to share with you a few tips that I wish I would have known before I started Divinity School.
I got the pencil to the sword, so what's right indoors. Into the rooms that they want me in. When now I'm sipping coffee, sharing stories with the bosses, cause I'm serving of his glory. Oh, got a problem with mediocrity and people who throw stones and then be fronting like.
Hey guys, my name is Janice Renee, and welcome to the coffee break. This coffee is really hot, so I'm just gonna move over here. As you can see, I am a proud student of Wake Forest University School of Divinity in North Carolina. And I started my Divinity School journey in the fall of 2017. I had been out of undergrad for a year at that point, and originally I didn't want to go to seminary, Divinity School, whatever. But the Lord has a way of changing your mind. And so here I am, and I just have a few tips for anybody who might be interested in going to Divinity School. It might be summertime for you. You may have just graduated and you're preparing to go to Divinity School, seminary in the fall. Or maybe you're in your senior year of undergrad and you're thinking about going to seminary after you graduate. Or maybe you're even in your first year or have just finished your first year of seminary. Wherever you find yourself, I want to give to you a few tips that I wish I would have known when I started my Divinity School journey. And I wrote this stuff down because I think it's really, really important. I didn't want to miss anything, so you will probably see me looking up and down. So grab your coffee and let's jump right into it. So the first thing I think every new seminarian should know is that this is not your mama's Sunday school, okay? And I'm sure that you will hear that in orientation on your first day. I know I did. This is not Sunday school. You're not getting ready to go in there and get the Sunday school lessons that you were used to getting your entire life if you grew up in church, or, if you didn't grow up in church and you're not used to going to Sunday school, you have the upper hand because you don't come in there with that Sunday school filter on. So that's the first thing you need to know. This is not Sunday school. You're going to learn the real about the Bible and what the Bible says and about theology. And you're going to be challenged in ways that you are not challenged in Sunday school. So I want you to be prepared for that. The next thing I think you should know is that if you are not already writing in a Chicago writing format, then you need to get well acquainted with that, which is why I am releasing this video in the summer so that you have time enough to, over the summer, kind of look it up and, do some preliminary engagements of this format. Because if you're not used to writing in it, if you don't have a background in biblical and theological studies, it can trip you up a lot, because this is where we're writing footnotes, and this citation thing is serious, and you want to make sure that you're not accidentally plagiarizing, and plagiarism is serious. And if you're graduating or have graduated from undergrad, then you already know how serious plagiarism is. But that, you can accidentally plagiarize if you don't do your due diligence to learn how to write in this format. So I encourage you to go see whoever your writing coach is. If your school, like my school does, have somebody there to help you learn how to write better, then you need to go see them. You need to schedule some time with them, to go sit down with them, to show them your paper, which means that you have to do your due diligence prior to the deadline that your paper is due. Okay, once the school year starts, you need to go and you need to turn that in. Definitely look up some books and stuff that can help you to become a better writer and to write in that particular format. I'll actually link below one of the research and writing books that I never had it because my background is in biblical and theological studies. So that's the only format. Chicago's really the only format that I ever knew outside of my writing class freshman year, where we wrote in MLA. But Chicago is really, really important. So I'll link below a book that will help you get started if you want to get started looking over it over the summer. If you're gung-ho and you're really, really motivated, I definitely encourage you to do that. Number 3 is going to be that this is not a space for debate. This is a space for courageous conversations. Debates can lead to harmful encounters with people that you might have to journey with for at least 3 years, 2 to 3 years, for your degree, maybe 4, depending on your own journey. But just going there knowing that you're going to be in classroom space with people who don't think like you, who don't think like the community that you're coming from. And so you have to be open to the fact that you're going to hear things, you're going to be exposed to some thought that you might not agree with. And if you do not agree with it, like, it's not the space for you to beat up on somebody who has a different opinion than you. This is a space to learn how to love your neighbor as yourself. This is a space to learn how to be courageous in conversations. This is a space for you to learn how to have courageous conversation, so that you, as a leader in the church or wherever space that you're a leader in, so that you could be able to facilitate that same kind of courageous conversation in other venues. Number 4 is going to be, do not feel pressure to agree with your professors. It is freeing for me to know that I don't have to agree with them. But I want to challenge you in this though. If you don't agree with them, you need to be able to back up why you don't agree with them. Like, do your due diligence, and don't go in there with arrogance, thinking that you know everything, which is really my number 5. So 4 and 5 kind of tie in together. You do not know everything. These people, they don't even know everything, but they know far more than you know. They have PhDs in this stuff. Okay. They have done their due diligence. They have put the work in. They have paid their dues to be able to stand before you and to teach what they're teaching you. So, don't go in there arrogantly thinking that you know everything already, challenging every single thing that they say. Some stuff you're just wrong in. Be okay with being wrong, okay? But also know that you don't have to agree with your professor. This is a space for you to learn how to think critically. This is a space for you to learn how to formulate and articulate whatever it is your opinion is, your thought is, whatever side you stand on, and to be able to do it respectfully and to be able to do it, skillfully. You don't have to agree with your professors, but don't be arrogant. You do not know everything. Period. Next is, do not forsake your own personal devotional time. That is so important. Like, if you don't already have a good rhythm now, which is why I'm releasing this video in the summertime. If you don't already have a good rhythm right now, it's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt you when school starts, because the challenge is that you are now studying the Bible on an academic level, and that looks super different from the way that you study it in your own personal devotional time. You're going to learn, like when you take like New Testament, in my New Testament class, we had to write a progressive paper, which probably for me was the best way to introduce new writers in theological spaces to writing about the Bible in a non-devotional way. The way my professor did it, for me personally, it was just, excellent. And so, you need to, because you're going to be looking at the Bible in a brand new way. It's not going to look like the way your grandmother taught you or whoever taught you. It's not going to look like that. In this space, a lot of times, sometimes it will, but sometimes it's not going to look like that. And so you have to make sure that you're feeding yourself spiritually in other ways, because if you don't, it's going to hurt you. Like I know for me, I was challenged because I reading the Bible so much, you feel like, well, I'm engaged in the word. I know about the word and stuff, but it becomes all like head knowledge, and then nothing's touching your heart. And then you're going to go back into this space and you're going to engage challenging things. Like for me, one of my most challenging classes, and it wasn't because the content was challenging my mind. It was challenging my heart. It was challenging my spirit because of the evilness in this world. My civil rights and religion class was one of my favorite classes, but I left that class angry a lot because of the reality of the evil in this world. And if you're not feeding your spirit and you're not taking care of your spirit person on the inside, then it's going to be difficult for you to be able to, balance, that the realness of what you're learning in school with, just being a human being in this world. So I definitely challenge you to develop a rhythm now. Find some ways, find some tools for developing your relationship with God, and stay tuned to my channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, because I'm going to be releasing videos soon about some creative ways for you to engage your devotional time. You definitely want to do that if you're going into seminary. And then lastly, my last tip for right now is going to be, go see your school counselor. Go see your school counselor. If your school is offering counseling for free, go see your school counselor. Make sure that, you're talking to somebody and processing in a healthy way what it is that you're taking in. Because not only are Divinity School for me is probably one of the most essential parts of your, not just academic journey, but your spiritual journey as a leader. If you're going to seminary, it's really intense, because you are both deconstructing and reconstructing your theology in this space. And so if you don't have a healthy space for you to be able to process that, then it could really take a toll on you. So I definitely encourage you to schedule time with your school counselors. They are there for a reason, and you're already paying this tuition to go to this school. So if they have, counseling for you for free, take advantage of that. You're going to need it. Trust me, you are going to need it. And you're going to find that, everybody, processes differently and stuff. And so you may or may not be able to talk with people in your immediate community about it. You may not feel comfortable talking to people at your home church about it. You may or you may not, but you need to talk to somebody about it. And I definitely encourage that it be a professional who can walk with you through that journey. Happy summer. If you're preparing to go to Divinity School, seminary, whatever, definitely, develop your rhythm, your devotional rhythm and stuff, so that you could be ready for, the challenges that are awaiting you in Divinity School. And also know that it's super worth the journey. I have grown tremendously being in Divinity School. My theology has become far more robust. I've become a more courageous thinker. I've become far more articulate. I definitely challenge you to do it. My school is a great school if you're looking for a school to go to. If you're not, totally relocate, dude. If you're willing to relocate, totally relocate. Or if you're located in North Carolina, I definitely encourage you to look into my school. But wherever school you go to, I'm praying for you, and I pray that the journey causes you to be a more well-rounded leader, a more courageous thinker, and a more loving Christian. So thank you so much for tuning into this video, and I hope that it helped you. If it helped you, let me know in the comments. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and share this video with anybody that you know who might be interested in going to Divinity School. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.